The Colonial Parkway murders were the killings of 8 people, couples, which are assumed to be the work of a serial killer or killers along the Colonial Parkway of the U.S. Commonwealth of Virginia from October 1986 to September 1989. During that time, 3 couples were murdered and 1 couple is missing and presumed to be dead. The linking of the 4 crimes is circumstantial, and no suspects have ever been publicly identified. Fred Atwell was a former Gloucester County, Virginia Sheriff's deputy, and after decades of the families of the victims wanting to find more information, Atwell becomes a whistleblower. In 2009, Atwell was considered something of a hero when he discovered a number of crime scene photographs regarding the Colonial Parkway homicides had been inappropriately taken from the FBI's Norfolk office. The photographs were being used as a training tool for a security company, and a number of the images had been leaked to the media. In 2011, Atwell was arrested with an offense over obtaining money fraudulently under false pretenses by claiming he had procured a car for a raffle as a benefit for the families. In setting up the supposed raffle, he used money from a fund the families had set up to pay for the investigations. Fred Atwell mentioned he was looked at as a possible suspect from a list of 130 persons of interest. On September 6, 2011, he was accused of robbing a woman in Roanoke County he had known for years in a desperation move, and only took $100 after telling the victim he had been living in the woods and was hungry.
11. Fred Atwell, the Colonial Parkway whistleblower who pushed the FBI to investigate a long, cold case, is at rock bottom. Today, from jail in Roanoke, he spoke exclusively with News Channel 3 investigator Mike Matthew.
When you're hungry and tired, you just do what you have to do to live.
The whistleblower whose revelations embarrassed the FBI and forced agents to renew the hunt for a serial killer, he is now a maximum security inmate in the Roanoke County Jail. He's fallen on hard times, and that could lead to prison time.
What happened at the financial planner's office?
I can't really talk about that. But I mean, you know, I'm a woman in trouble, and I got to pay the price.
But for the next 30 minutes through a jail video link, he did talk about it. He said desperation led him to a Roanoke office park where, with a gun, he robbed a woman he's known for years.
You knew her, she knew you, and you knew that as soon as you walked out of that door, the gig was up. She was calling somebody.
Yes, I knew that, because I wanted help. I mean, the pressure was on.
Atwell says the years of butting heads with the FBI and state police have worn him down. When none of them would listen, he showed News Channel 3 how someone leaked crime scene photos from the Colonial Parkway murders. Because of Atwell, the FBI investigated the leak and re-investigated the killings. That's given hope to the victims' families, and to them, Atwell was a hero. But the authorities considered him an attention-grabbing suspect in the very cases he helped reopen.
You go out and you try to find a job, and they say, well, I don't know, I think I read your name in the paper that you're a serial killer. Come on, man. I mean, that's hard.
To help raise reward money for the family's charity, he organized a car raffle, but it blew up in his face. He's charged with a felony for that, and Atwell says police are also after him for something else, accusing him of trying to trade a crime tip for cash.
This is something about extortion.
He denies it all, but says the ordeal left him broke, sick, and frustrated. He says he started driving and somehow ended up in Roanoke, suicidal.
I made every effort to call for help, couldn't get it. So, what can I say? I had to eat. I didn't want to go back to the hospital. My blood pressure was running high. I had a lot of stress on me. And now I'm here.
He's awaiting trial for turning a conversation with a longtime friend into an armed robbery.
I think he was just acting out of absolute desperation.
And like so many parts of this twisting and odd saga, this part is also unbelievable. The woman he controlled with his gun, the woman he robbed. Well, she says Atwell deserves sympathy, not prison.
He could face 20 years or more in prison.
Is that what you want?
No, that would be an absolute travesty.
What this woman told me today and what she is planning to do could entirely derail the case against Fred Atwell.
On Thursday, June 21, 2012, Fred Atwell Jr. received a 2-year and 8-month sentence for his fraudulent car raffle in York-Picosin Circuit Court. Judge Richard Atlee Jr. handed out a suspended sentence for 7 years and 4 months. On December 16, 2018, Fred Atwell died in a prison hospital. Many followers, researchers and the families of the victims believed he knew more information than he let on in regards to individuals relating to the investigation and the security company whose name was connected to the murders. Fred Atwell was somewhat of a mysterious figure who may have taken more secrets to the grave.